I don't even have light over here. Look at this. Seriously? Don't even. That's not, your arm's gonna get tired. It's not worth it. Your arm's gonna get tired.
I'm doing my best.
So, Michael, what do you consider as junk food?
Chocolate, chips, anything fast food really is junk food.
Anything fast food? Like processed food like macaroni, pretty much anything in the grocery store. Cookies, candies. What else would be junk food? Pizza? You think pizza's junk food?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, pizza is actually pretty healthy for you. It's, they've actually did a scientific study and said pizza should be a breakfast. It has all the vitamins and minerals you need through the day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Pizza for breakfast now.
Right? So, a lot of people have a differing opinion on junk food. What junk food is, especially when you're dieting. And I ended up having to block someone on YouTube today because basically they commented on one of my keto videos and told me that the SlimFest keto bomb that I bought is just an excuse to eat junk food. Okay, well, my 20 pounds lost in 40 days says otherwise. That I'm not eating junk food, that I'm eating stuff I'm supposed to be eating and what my body can handle. Junk food to me used to be pork rinds. That was an indulgence I could have that I had once every few months. And I was raised that way, potato chips, pork rinds, whatever comes in a bag basically was junk food.
Right.
On keto, pork rinds is a suggested item in a lot of cooking recipes, especially when you want to make like fried chicken or baked fried chicken, or you need any sort of breading for something, or you need something crunchy like croutons in your salad. They tell you to break up some pork rinds and put it in there because it's 0 carbs, it's good fats, and it's good proteins. So is it really considered junk food in the keto diet? Not really. And I think it's all a matter of opinion and perspective. There are some people that do very, very strict keto. Maybe they don't think pork rinds is a good thing to have. Whereas lazy and dirty keto, they're all for it. It helps add the fats that they need, and they're tired of eating avocado all the time. Or, coconut stuff. I know I am. I put MCT powder in my coffee every day because it keeps you full. Now I'm blocking you with my pillow, Mr. Michael. Can my pillow go down? Can you slide up? So, I'm going to read to you the ingredients on the Keto Fat Bomb to show you that these are all keto approved ingredients. Which is exactly what I responded to this lady in the nicest way I could think. I was trying to be as informative. Maybe she just wasn't informed as to what junk food is on the keto diets. There's different kinds of keto. Very, very different kinds of keto. I follow, and I've said in my previous videos, I follow lazy, borderline dirty if it works out for me and I'm still losing weight. I'm not craving foods, and I haven't craved a single food in 40 days. That's a first for me because I used to binge eat like crazy and I was craving all sorts of starches and stuff. So, everybody's different. Every diet's different. What works for you? So this literally says chocolate coating, unsweetened chocolate, cocoa butter, inulin, erythritol, which is a sugar substitute that is allowed in keto. Calcium carbonate, milk fat, which you need. Stevia leaf, which is also a sugar approved in keto. It has 0 carbs, 0 calories, 0 everything. Vanilla extract, MCT oil blend, which basically is coconut and palm oil. That's the stuff everybody puts in their coffees and stuff like that in the mornings if you're on keto. It helps keep you full. It makes you feel full. Erythritol, again, it's not just in the chocolate coating, it's used as a sweetener. Sodium caseinate, inulin again, natural cream, colored with, I don't know what that is, something in turmeric. That's just coloring. Sunflower and or soy lectin, salt, peppermint oil, stevia leaf extract. All of those are keto approved ingredients. Whether it's lazy keto or dirty keto, I know it's not specifically strict keto. They try to avoid a lot of, sugar substitutes, and they want to eat like all natural caveman kind of diet, which is fine. And literally it just says at the bottom, contains milk and soy. Some people, a lot of people on strict keto, they won't do soy. And I've told Michael this when we were looking at me doing stir fry and stuff, which I do a stir fry that specifically has, like sugar free, that kind of stuff. So the carbs is 7 grams, and you subtract dietary fiber, which is 3, that gives you 4. And then you subtract the erythritol, which is the sweetener, which is 3 grams. So that leaves you with 1 net carb for one of these little keto bombs. 1 net carb is exactly what you're looking for when it comes to a snack or a fat bomb. Whatever you need to add fats to your diet, because some people, you could eat perfectly, meat and veggies all day long, and egg and bacon, and have your coffee, and your fats are still lower than your proteins for some reason, or you just don't have enough fats to make you feel full. That's what fats are for, to make you feel full so you don't snack, so you don't overeat and stuff like that. So you're not in between meals going, oh, I feel horrible, my stomach hurts and I'm lightheaded. That's what these are for. The serving size is 1 cup. It's 90 calories. There's 8 fats in it, which is 10%. There's only 1 protein. It does have 15% calcium, which is 227 milligrams, and 6% iron. So honestly, would you consider this junk food?
Not really.
I wouldn't consider it junk food. There are other kinds of fat bombs too. If you go in any keto group or you look up any keto recipe for fat bomb, you can make fat bombs at home. There's Reese's Peanut Butter Cup fat bombs. There's Girl Scout cookie fat bombs. There's different ways to make cookies and brownies and cakes and pies that are all keto approved recipes. I don't think I'd consider them exactly junk food unless you're literally eating it as a dessert. In my opinion, if you're eating it as a fat bomb specifically, and your portion sizes are small enough to help your diet, if it's to help your diet, I consider it a healthy option. In my opinion, it's a healthy option. That doesn't mean you gotta have it every day.
Right.
It doesn't mean you gotta have it twice a week or anything. This, I've literally had 1. And it's been 2 weeks, week and a half. I've only had 1. I haven't needed a fat bomb since then. Another option that I got, it's called Keto Indulgence. And it's a mocha hazelnut covered type thing. No artificial sweeteners, non-GMO. It's vegan. And this, it literally says on the side, fuel your best. Fuel. That means that this is another way of doing a fat bomb. And you can tell it's a fat bomb because it has 11 grams of fat, which is 14%, and 2 grams of protein. So if I had, the serving size is what, 2 squares? If I had 2 squares of this, I would have some decent fats in my macros. And that's all keto is about, is reaching your macros. Your carbs have to be, your net carbs have to be between 20 and 50 grams for dirty keto. And some lazy keto people, I do lazy keto for the most part, like 80% of my diet is lazy keto centered. And I do fat bombs. I do, my macros, I keep between 20 and 50 grams net, which is really hard to do, actually. You keep your proteins at about 27%, and your fats, I mean, you have as many as you need to keep yourself feeling full so you don't cheat on your diet. Yep. The carbs in it is 11, but then again, you minus 6 fiber, which gives you 5. And sugar alcohols, depending on what it is, it's erythritol. So if it's listing erythritol as your sugar alcohols, you subtract that. So that's 4 grams. So it's literally 1 net carb in 2 squares of these fat bombs. It's not going to say it's a fat bomb. It's going to advertise it as a treat. To me, this is only a junk food if you overindulge in it, or you treat it like a junk food, if you treat it like a dessert. This would be a good fat bomb to have, to grab if you're low on fats, or if you're having any sort of issues with, you know, lightheadedness and feeling overly hungry, and you've already eaten, you probably just didn't have enough fats, or you need to reach your, you know, your macros and stuff. Yeah, this won't ruin your diet. This won't ruin your diet. This won't ruin your diet. If you're on keto, I'm sorry, it won't ruin your diet. To me, junk food is what will ruin your diet. Potato chips and stuff. So that's just my opinion. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. That lady was entitled to hers. I simply informed her, look, this is not what I consider junk food. I consider this a helpful alternative if I need it, when I need it. Honestly, I'll have 1 of these little fat bombs, if anything, once a week. I haven't needed them up until now, and that's because I'm feeling like I'm burning more energy than I'm taking in sometimes, and I don't have the time to sit down and have a full meal or anything like that because I babysit. So, and I stay pretty busy. So if I need that little boost of energy to feel full in between meals, I'm gonna have one. That's not an indulgence for me. That's a necessity. Sorry, a necessity for me. I need it. Also, if you have cravings for chocolate and stuff, that definitely helps keep cravings away. Or if you're craving something else, like if you want pasta and potatoes or something, you have a fat bomb and your stomach feels full, you're not craving anything after that. So, I know this is my perspective, and I know this is my opinion, and I know that my diet has shown that what I am eating and how I am eating is definitely paying off. I've lost 20 pounds. You know, I'm not complaining at all. I'm not having cravings, and I can manage my meal preps and stuff like that the way I need to. So I don't need to rely on these. Exactly. So they're just there if I do need them. Or late at night when I'm feeling sluggish and I don't want to have another meal. You have a fat bomb. You'll feel full, go to bed, wake up in the morning, have your coffee. It doesn't ruin your diet with 1 net carb. So, seeing as how that's just my opinion, and that was her opinion, and she called me defensive and told me off and told me that she'll never watch my videos again. And I don't even know who she was. She's not a subscriber of mine. It was just a random person. So it didn't hurt my feelings none. She's entitled to her opinion. That's okay. She's entitled to not watch my videos. That's okay too. I'm pretty sure I have a lot of viewers out there that I don't even know are viewing my videos. It was great that she made herself known, and I'm glad that she was watching my videos. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. So I wanted other people's opinions as well. So I went online and I went to one of my keto groups. And that group specifically said, we do strict keto only. We don't allow lazy or dirty keto or any other kinds of keto. So the majority was, yes, we think that Slim Fast or keto bombs, they thought that Atkins and pretty much any processed foods would be considered junk food in their version of keto in their diet. So any sort of processed food to them would be considered junk food. Whereas I went in another group and posted the exact same thing. I said, well, what do you think about Slim Fast being called junk food? Would you agree or disagree? I got about 50-50 responses. Half of them were like, yeah, that's junk food, I wouldn't eat it. Some people were like, that's a little too processed for me, there's too many ingredients, that kind of thing, which I can agree with that. It probably one too many ingredients in there when you can make fat bombs at home from like 3-4 ingredients. A little bit easier to do it on your own. I don't have the time to do it. The other half of the people agreed that it is a convenience option and it is not something that's going to destroy your diet. And a couple of them even said, you know, hey, I have the same stuff. It's a go-to if I absolutely need it, but I don't use it every day, kind of thing. So they all felt the same way I do. It's not considered junk food, it's considered an option if you absolutely need it and it's not going to destroy your diet. I had one person that said that they tried one of the milkshakes or something from Slim Fast and it messed up their stomach. Well, honestly, I've tried a milkshake from Slim Fast a while ago, like long before this diet, and it messed up my stomach too. One, because I'm lactose intolerant, and two, because it was absolutely disgusting. These are solid things. It's not a shake that's pre-made and sitting on a counter that's not cold and any of that. So I completely agree that probably the shakes are not best for you. Just thinking about them sitting on a shelf and not being refrigerated, in my opinion. So to me, I think also the definition of junk food when it comes to dieting, especially in lazy and dirty keto, it's changed. Like I said, like I thought pork rinds were junk food. I thought chocolate treats were junk food. But now they're considered fat bombs and necessary ingredients to help you cope with missing ingredients that keto doesn't have to replace. It helps with recipes and stuff like that. I mean, there are alternatives as well that you can use for your recipes, but I mean, it's really expensive and time consuming and all that fun jazz. I still don't have like candy. I don't eat candy. Just because it says sugar free, I don't have it. Just because it says keto, I don't buy it. I try to avoid processed foods. Like I said, my keto is about 80% of my diet. The rest of my diet, I do carb cycling. I do, like I showed in my keto haul video, I do have my popcorn. That is not keto approved. And I don't eat that every day either. So I do have allowances in my diet that I don't consider junk food or whatever, because I'm not binging on it. I think it's how you treat food, honestly, and how processed it is, in my opinion, whether or not I consider it junk food. Do you see that? My teddy bear.
So, specifically, I consider, like, McDonald's junk food.
But I can have McDonald's. I can have fast food as long as I don't eat it with the bun, because that's good proteins and fats and stuff like that.
Right, but that's
not considered junk food in keto.
That's what I consider junk food.
Yeah, see? It's a complete differing of opinion. We're allowed to have it. We can't have French fries or anything.
French fries.
I can't have milkshakes or any of that. I know a lot of people that have, in the keto groups, they talk about like certain products at restaurants and Starbucks and stuff that you can order compared to, stuff you can't. I think I literally see junk food now that I'm on, doing keto majority of the time. I don't see it as junk food and good food, because even there's healthy foods that aren't good for you.
Right.
There's a lot of healthy foods that aren't good for you. Or healthy considered foods, Atkins, Slim Fast, that probably aren't good for you. Weight Watchers has proven that they're not good for you because people yo-yo diet on Weight Watchers. That's why it's been around for so long. Because people think that they're just going to keep losing weight when they don't. They go off Weight Watchers, they gain it all back. So I think there's healthy foods that are not good for you too. And there's processed foods out there, like pre-made foods, that could be good for you. So my opinion of junk food is really, like, I think, out there compared to everybody else's opinion of junk food. I think that if it works for your diet and it is allowed in your diet and it doesn't throw you off your diet, if your net carbs add up correctly and all your macros are right and you're still losing weight and you're not having adverse side effects, then it's okay to have, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It may be covered in chocolate, and it may be your favorite food, and it may be from Burger King. Oh God, I could definitely do like a bacon burger right about now. But I can't have the bun. But it's allowed.
I'll eat your bun.
I've had taco, stuff. I've had pastas. It was cognac pasta, but still, I've had normal, regular foods. I've just had the keto version of it, or what's allowed on my diet. I take out the foods that are bad for me, that aren't on the diet. Would I consider all of that junk food? Would burger buns be considered junk food, in my opinion? No, it's just considered processed and healthy stuff that's probably not good. Like wheat and flour, it's not terrible for you. It'll definitely make you gain weight. But I don't consider a sandwich junk food. I mean, in my opinion.
No, I'm following with you there.
Yeah, I don't know if my logic makes sense to everybody. And I'm not being defensive. I don't think I am. I'm trying to be informative. Like, this is how I perceive a certain subject. And that's what I told this lady. I said, I'm not being defensive. She called me defensive and told me off. And I told her I don't feel like I'm being defensive. I'm sorry you feel that way. And that's just how I see it, That's that's my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion. And then I had to block her because I don't think I want someone controversial that just wants to start an argument with me on my own channel. If they're not there to watch my channel to understand me and how I see things and why I do certain things that I do, and to just disagree with me like flat out when I'm just trying to give them information on how I see something, then I don't want them on my channel. And I'm entitled to that, and she's entitled to not watch my videos, and that's okay. I understand, But, hey, I bought these, and I wanted to try them. They're called Keto Indulgence, Dark Chocolate Candy Mocha. Fuel your body. It's called Keto Logic. It's 1 net carb, so I'm allotted this before I can figure out my dinner. I haven't figured out my dinner yet. I have dry fruit.
Speaking of dinner, do I need to go check the stuff on the stove?
Eventually. See, they're tiny little bars. No bigger than 2 fingernails. You want to try one?
Yes.
He's even tried the fat bombs. He liked the fat bombs, the Slim Fast ones. Gotta love wrappers. That definitely smells like dark chocolate. I'm not a huge dark chocolate fan. But it's the only chocolate that's allowed on keto. The cocoa and over like 75%, I think. It has to be dark. Oh my goodness. That's the inside of it. Wow. That's crunchy. That's rich.
This is definitely dark too.
Very dark chocolate. That is rich. It's thick too. Like when you go to swallow it, it's like a thick coating. That's not bad. That's definitely not something I'm gonna have regularly. I'll probably eat this. I'm not even gonna eat the second one. I probably won't even finish the first one. But that's rich. I like it, but it's a little strong in the dark chocolate area for me. Well, I hope I explained how junk food to normal people that eat no diet whatsoever, they just eat whatever, versus junk food considered to certain dieters and whatever, it's completely different. And everybody has a different opinion. Everybody has a different perception of food and what's allowed and what isn't allowed, what works with their diet and what doesn't. To me, it's just processed food I can't have. There are some healthy foods that I just, it's not gonna happen. But, I mean, you understand what I was trying to say. You didn't at first, did you?
I wasn't sure where you were going with it, but I'm following.
Okay. So maybe because I don't have that much writing space, I felt the need to, instead of leaving the longest comment the world's ever seen to somebody that just is in disagreement with me altogether, apparently, and didn't want to hear my explanation to begin with, apparently. I wasn't going to go that route. I deleted the comment and I blocked her. But I wanted to kind of come on here and just to verify if you have any questions about my diet, about what I allow, but what I restrict, what I don't allow, why I allow certain foods that aren't on the diet specifically, that kind of thing. Like I said, I'm 80% lazy keto. 80%. The rest of me does carb cycling and eats whatever, but because that's what works for me to lose weight. Everybody is different. It's more like 90% keto, I believe. I think I'm more 90% following my macros, and then I have that one day every 2 weeks where I'll carb load, and that's carb cycling keto. That's an actual keto. So, but if you have questions or concerns or whatever, just leave the question in the comments. To be polite about it. Realize that this is my life, these are my decisions, it's my body. If it works for me, then I'm gonna do it. If it doesn't work for me, then hey, it's trial and error right about now. I'm still figuring it all out. If you have different experiences or different opinions, I fully respect that. That's okay to have a different experience, a different opinion. What works for your body but won't work for mine, kind of thing. If you have advice or anything like that, I'm open to advice. Hey, you should try this or something. Don't put it across as you should do this, you shouldn't do that. Just be like, hey, this worked for me. Maybe you could give it a try, kind of thing. Like, be polite about it. You are on somebody else's channel. They're trying to figure out something that works for them. They have different reasonings and different understandings. Just be courteous, please. Don't go on there and leave a comment. That's just an excuse to eat junk food. It was what she said. And then when I tried to explain myself, oh, you're just being defensive. I'm not going to watch your crap ever again. Like, don't be like that. Don't be that person. It's just rude, it's immature, and it's unnecessary. Don't put that kind of stuff on somebody else's channel. Be supportive as much as you can. Be supportive of each other, and I think I need to go check on dinner now. I can't leave that in the oven for too long for them. I need to figure out my dinner. I have some pre-made meals. I might pick one. So I will catch you guys at another time. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you've come to an understanding with me. Please create, not hate. Show love and support. Don't be rude. Be considerate. And I will catch you guys at another time.
Bye.